Hey, what's up boys? I'm Moon, and today I got a bit of a different video for you guys. So as you guys know, EVO is coming up here really soon. At the time of me recording this, I'm about to head out to EVO in the next day or two. And as you guys should probably know, Street Fighter is my favorite fighting game franchise. It's what got me into fighting games in general. 4 was my absolute favorite, and 6 is pretty popular right now. So in the spirit of EVO coming out, and with my love for Street Fighter, I decided to do a tier list kind of ranking on what characters I think should and shouldn't be added back to Street Fighter 6. Most likely someone has already done this before, but this is going to be my take on who I think should and shouldn't be added. Granted, keep in mind this is just my opinion. If I rank one of your favorite characters lower and think they shouldn't be added, just know that it's not based on facts or anything. This is just my opinion, and it's pretty much based on what characters I like and what characters I think are staples to the franchise and really should be added back. Also, don't mind my Sora cursor, alright? But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this ranking. So first of all, we got a lot of characters that are already in the game, so let's just go ahead and throw them in the tier of already in. As a matter of fact, let's just throw everyone in already just to get them out of the way. Alright, so I think that's pretty much all the characters that are already in Street Fighter 6, which leaves us around 70 other characters to put on this list here. And we got our tiers here. We have to be added. Like, this is like a no-brainer. They have to come back. Like, if not soon, at some point. We got really should return. Like, whereas if they're not added, I can understand, but it would be nice to see them come back, at least in my opinion. We got would be cool to have, kind of like, neutral. We got meh, give or take, kind of as in, okay, well, if they're not added, I don't think anyone's really going to care. But if they add them, it's also just kind of like whatever. And then please don't add them, which kind of speaks for itself. So let's get started. Starting off with the three kings, Vega, Balrog, and Sagat. I don't care what anyone says. I feel like these characters all have to be added back at some point. Like, these are literal Street Fighter staple characters. Like, they've been in pretty much almost every game, save for like Third Strike and maybe a couple others where, it was kind of like a new generation situation. But I feel like if they didn't add these characters back, people would actually lose their minds. By the way, these are going to be in no specific order, like whether they're on the right or on the left, just letting you know right now. I might clean it up afterwards, but we'll see. Next, Fei Long. Now, I think Fei Long is a really sick character. His chicken wing and his Rekka are like iconic. He was literally the first Rekka character, which is what it was named after with his move, right? But I feel like with Street Fighter 6, they're just not really having the same kind of inputs as a lot of the previous games. Like, I know they're making a lot of like the charge characters hybrids, and I doubt they would add an input like a chicken wing, or even a Rekka for that matter for Fei Long. I don't know. But Fei Long wasn't even in Street Fighter 5, which was kind of weird, since he is a pretty iconic character. I don't think they'll add Fei Long, to be honest, which is kind of sad. I really hope I'm wrong, but in my opinion, I think he's just going to be in the really should return category because I love this character, but I don't think Capcom cares enough about Fei Long to bring him back, honestly. Next, we got T-Hawk. And here's the thing, dude. I love T-Hawk. And it makes me so mad that they added this stupid character, bruh. Because who even likes Lily, bruh? I'm about to go on a rant here. Who even likes Lily? Who even plays Lily? Okay, this character looks stupid. They look stupid. Their voice lines are stupid. The names of their moves are stupid. Like, I hate everything about this character, bruh.
The voice of the spirits, I can hear it.
You really get rid of Thunderhawk, this fucking iconic grappler, and replace him with fucking Lily? This 4-foot tall sorry excuse for a character? It makes me so angry. It's like, just give us T-Hawk. I understand they're trying to make a new generation situation. They replaced Yun and Yang kind of with Jamie. They replaced Guy with Kimberly, which I'm also upset about. They replaced Fang with Aki, but like, who cares? But like, really? You're gonna replace Thunderhawk with Lily? Which kind of makes me lose hope for them adding some of those other characters, like Guy, T-Hawk, and Yun and Yang, right? I would really love to see them back, but the fact that they already added these replacements kind of make me think that they're just trying to appeal to newer audiences and just get rid of those older characters, which really makes me upset. I really like T-Hawk. I think he's gonna be in the really should return category as well. Because, dude, honestly, I like T-Hawk as a grappler more than Zangief. I think he's super sick, but we got Lily instead, so in my mind, I don't think they're going to add him back, which is really sad, but I think he really should return because he wasn't even in 5. Violent Ken. I'm going to be honest, dude. If they released Violent Ken as a character, I would probably shit my pants. I don't really think he's like a must-have character because he was really only in like, what, Street Fighter 2? Street Fighter 2 Turbo? I forget what game. Like, they haven't really added like an evil variation of Ken like they have with Ryu. I think it would be cool to have, but like I said, I don't really think they're going to add him back anytime soon, if ever. I don't think he would go in the meh give or take category because I would think it would, yeah, like I think it would be cool if they added him, but I don't think they will, to be honest. Evil Ryu has to be added 100%. He was in 5, he was in 4. Evil Ryu has never been canon, you know? It's always been like, oh, what if Ryu gave into the Zatsui no Hado, right? So I really just feel like he should come back 100%. I think they're probably going to add him. The hype around Evil Ryu is too much. I feel like they're gonna add this character and they really need to. Adon, I know this might be a controversial take, but I like Adon, bruh. I know a lot of people hate this character. I think this character is sick. I like how annoying he is, how he's laughing in your face the entire time he's kicking your ass with all these, you know, Jaguar tooth. Like, I love this character, bro. I'm sorry. I don't think he really should return, but in my opinion, I think it would be cool for them to add him back. You know, maybe I will order these in a specific order. Yeah, I think that's fair. But yeah, Adon, I think it would be really cool for them to add him back, to be honest. Birdie, this is just my opinion. I'm sorry, Birdie mains. He had his moment in the spotlight, okay? He was only really popular in Alpha, and he first appeared in Street Fighter 1. But this character, like, let's be real, I don't think they're really gonna add him back. They gave him his little 5 minutes of fame in Street Fighter 5. I think I'm gonna put him in the meh, give or take category. I think Birdie's cool, like the buff version of him, not the fat version of him. But honestly, I don't think they're gonna add him back, and honestly, I wouldn't really care if they add him back either. On to Nash. Dude, I feel like they really should add Nash back. Like, he was pretty much like, what, the main character of the story in 5? Like, I really hope they don't just kind of sweep him under the rug. I don't know, like, they kind of really did finish up his story, though. Like, I feel like it was a pretty good conclusion. But I feel like he should also be in the really should return category. Not really high ranked, more on the lower end. But Nash is pretty sick. Like, it would be cool if they add him back. All right, on to Eagle. This character has hardly been in any Street Fighter games. I'm pretty sure he was in Alpha. I think he was in maybe one of the CVS games, if I'm not mistaken. And he first appeared in Street Fighter 1. I don't really think anybody cares that much about Eagle. I don't think that he is, like, a character I would shudder to see. So I'm gonna put him in the meh, give or take category on the lower end. If they add him, I would be surprised. I'd be like, wow, like, Eagle's coming back. Would I really care if they did? Not really. Maki. I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know who this character is. Am I a fake fan for that? Let me look this up. Okay, I guess she was a Final Fight character and she appeared in like CVS and then Street Fighter Alpha on the Game Boy or something. But I'm gonna be honest, don't add this character. Who even cares? I would be upset if they added a character like this that's like hardly been in any games, just because I feel like it would have been a waste of potential you could have given to another character, like a waste of time, you know? Gen. Okay. I think Gen is a fire character. He was so sick in Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter Alpha. This character, in my opinion, is the hardest Street Fighter character to play. You can disagree with me, but dude, his specials, linking them in combos, along with his Crane and Mantis stance, this dude is crazy. And he wasn't even in 5. I'm gonna be honest, dude, Gen, maybe I'm just biased, but he really should return, dude. I'd put him above Nash and below Fei Long. But dude, Gen is cool. Like, why would we not want a character like that in Street Fighter 6? They have to add his little DP where you could keep kicking him if you time it perfectly each time up into the air. And a character with 2 stances in Street Fighter 6 would go so hard, bro. 100%. He should return. Having Gen back would really tickle my fancy. All right, on to Guy. Guy's another character I think really should return. And I'm putting a lot of characters in this tier because I feel like a lot of these characters have gotten disrespected. He wasn't in 5. They replaced him with Zeku. And then they also basically just gave him like an apprentice and had her take the reins, which is why I don't like Kimberly and why I don't like Lily. They took 2 characters I really like and they just kind of disrespected him. Don't think they're gonna add him, unfortunately, but I would be really happy to see Guy return. He is so cool. Ingrid, another character I don't know. Okay, yeah, she wasn't in any like big Street Fighter games either. She was in like 2. Another character I just think don't add them. Who cares? Who cares? Who's asking for it? Junie, I'm gonna be honest, with a lot of these dolls, save for one, and I'm pretty sure all you guys know which doll I'm talking about, I would give it a meh. I'd put it above Eagle. A lot of these dolls, I don't really care if they're added. I feel like they're just all so similar. There's only one doll that sticks out that I really think they should add back. Kareen was an alpha, and she was also really big in 5. I don't really care too much for this character, but I feel like they really established her in 5. And personally, I think it would be really cool to have her back. I'd put her above Adon. I don't think she's like a must-have exactly, because she had her little spotlight, but I think having her back would be really cool. Armika, I feel the same way. You know, another character that was in Alpha and big in 5. I think both of these characters would be cool to have back, but I also wouldn't really care too much if they weren't. I feel that way about a lot of the Street Fighter 5 characters. Like, it's who really cares, to be honest. They had their little 5 minutes of fame. Like, give some other people the spotlight in 6 now, you know? Rolento was bullshit, dude. In Street Fighter 4, this character was a pain in the ass. If we're talking solely, like, character-wise, his lore isn't really that crazy. But, bro, I'm gonna be honest, please don't add this dude back. Knowing Street Fighter 6, if they add him back, they're not going to make him as broken as ever. But with his abilities, I feel like it wouldn't be Rolento if he didn't have a lot of them. You add Rolento into Street Fighter 6, bro, it's going to be hell on earth. This is like the first character so far where it's more like don't add them, not just because they're kind of a who cares character, but more because if you add this character back, it's going to be hell on earth, bro. Sakura, honestly, they have to add Sakura back. She is like in so many Street Fighter games. She's like Ryu Part 2, and she has always had such crazy combos. They have to add her back. There's no way they don't. Julie, another character, and in no specific order with these dolls. I just don't really care if they add him back or not. Cody, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I feel like Cody is going to come back though. Like, Cody is a classic character. Like, I feel like he would fit perfectly into Street Fighter 6 as well. I'm gonna put him at the top of really should return, but more because I feel like he's really likely that they will be added, but it's not like a must-have. You know what I mean? Dan, this is gonna be a hot take. They have to add Dan back. Dan is always in. We need to have that stupid gag character, bruh. We need to have him in always. Dude, this list is like looking really heavy at the top. I need to chill down a bit. Rose. I mean, Rose is really sick. Her theme in Alpha was super nice too. She's always been such a sick character. Do I think they're gonna add her back? Not really. But should she return? I'd say yes. I would put her right behind Cody. Or, I don't know, dude. I mean, she was in 4 and in 5. I don't think she really should return because she's been getting a lot of the limelight. Honestly, I would put her at the top of would be cool to have. You know, which makes me think, like, with Violent Ken, I'm probably going to be editing this list a lot as I go. Honestly, I'll put Violent Ken and give or take, to be honest. We don't need Violent Ken as much as we need some of these other characters. Sodom, which is a crazy name for a character, but I know a lot of people call him Sodom because he is so dumb. Honestly, I'm gonna put him in the don't add them. There's literally nothing for this character. The only game he was in Alpha, wasn't he? He's literally just like a weeb character. Like literally, like, he's not even Japanese and he's rocking like full samurai gear with like size. This character, just don't even add him, bruh. Like there's really no point in it. Ibuki, I feel like Ibuki should return up there with Cody. And I feel like a lot of these characters that should return is just because Street Fighter 6's like starting roster was just really ass, dude. It was like what, like fucking 15 characters when the game came out? Like, let's get real. Street Fighter 6 better last a while because I feel like they really need to add a lot of these characters back. Oh yeah, and Elena's already in. I forgot. She was already pretty much revealed. Honestly, I'm gonna put Ibuki down to would be cool to have. And then I'm gonna put Rose and really should return. Alex, dude, Alex definitely goes to the top of would be cool to have. I don't think he needs to return, but having Alex in Street Fighter 6 would really be nice. Dudley wasn't in 5, which is a shame, but dude, I feel so biased, but I feel like he should return. I'm gonna put him like right here. Like Dudley, dude, he's such a sick character in my opinion. Like, but do we need him? Probably not. I'm gonna also put him in would be cool to have back. Gil, dude, Gil is such a sick boss, and he's really dope. I'm gonna put him also in would be cool to have. I feel like he's just like such an iconic boss in Street Fighter. Hugo is like such an insane grappler, but honestly, I'd put him at the top of give or take. Just because it's like no one's really begging for Hugo or anything. Do I think they're going to add him back? I think they're probably going to add Hugo back. Just because like we see him on like all the posters and stuff in the World Tour mode. But I think they will add Hugo back. Mark my words. I think he's going to come out and he's going to be huge. Literally in stature because he's such a giant character. Makoto has to be added. She wasn't in 5 for some reason. She was iconic in Third Strike with the Touch of Death. She was pretty good in Street Fighter 4. Not as good as Third Strike. But I feel like Makoto has to be added back, dude. Everyone's begging for her. They need to bring her back. Necro. And here's another character which I really like, along with Remy. But I just don't think they're going to add them back. It would be cool to have them back, but I don't think it would be as cool as some of these other characters in here. Which is why I'd maybe put him in the give or take section. And honestly, you know what? Now that I think about it, I'm going to put the dolls in don't add as well. Just because we don't need these characters really at all. Same goes for Remy. I really like Remy. I think it would be so cool to have Remy back. But do I think it's necessary? Not really. Sean, I'll be honest, dude. Having Sean back would be sick. Honestly, they shouldn't have even added Luke ever, in my opinion. I don't care if you like Luke. That character, I don't even like that character. They should have had Sean. All right. Q's another character where it's like, okay, if you add him, cool. Do I think we need him? No. Oro, I actually really like Oro. I think he really should come back. They added him last minute in 5. He was iconic in Third Strike. Having Oro in Street Fighter 6 would be really sick, dude. 12. I know a lot of people like 12. And personally, I like 12 a lot as well. But I just think it's another give or take character. Like, he didn't really have that much going for him. He was just kind of sick in, like, his playstyle and design. Urien, I'm gonna put him right next to Gil, where, like, it would be really cool to have him back. Not as essential as some of these other characters above him, but I really like Urien, dude. Yang, I love Yang. Yang is one of my favorite Street Fighter characters, dude. I'm gonna put them both up here. And where is he? Yun, I think Yang and Yun both should return. I don't care if we have Jamie. Yun and Yang really need to come back. It would be cool if they kind of dropped both of them around the same time as well. And maybe I'll put them a bit lower on this list, to be honest. Maybe I'll put them behind Fei Long. But Yun and Yang, dude, they really need to come back. I love both these characters, and you can't have one without the other. Abel, a lot of people hate on Abel, but I thought he was really cool in Street Fighter 4, and then they just kind of forgot about his whole storyline. Like, he was supposed to be like one of the main characters in the Street Fighter 4 story, wasn't he? But they really just forgot about him. I'll put him right above Adon, and would be cool to have back. I'm gonna move Kareen down a little bit as well. Kareen and Ibuki. Nah, what am I talking about? He's in the give or take section. Like, if you add Abel, cool, but it's like, it's not like we really need him. Now, DeCapri. A lot of people would probably get heated over this opinion, but dude, DeCapri, she really should return, honestly. I put her right above T-Hawk. And honestly, now that I think about it, T-Hawk and Guy, I'll move them down to the top of would be cool to have back. Just because honestly, the realism is like they're most likely not going to come back. But yeah, DeCapri was absolutely busted in Street Fighter 4. Having her back though would be so cool, dude. I don't even care if people hate on me for that. Bring back DeCapri, dude, just to piss people off. Gouken, I'll put him right behind Birdie and give or take. He was like a cool character in 4, but he was pretty low tier. He was just a walking fireball. I feel like no one would really care if they wouldn't add Gouken back, but it would be sick. Hakan, I'll put him at the bottom of would be cool to have. We see the little advertisements for him in World Tour with the Hakans, you know, extra virgin olive oil signs. He was a very random character in Street Fighter 4, but bro, if they brought Hakan back, that would actually be pretty sick. Oni was only in 4 and he was really cool, but I'd put him in give or take. Probably at the top of give or take. Would be cool to see him come back, but likelihood of it, not really. Rufus, bro, throw this whole character away. I don't even know what they were thinking with Rufus, bro. He was a funny character, but bro, let's be real, we don't really need him at all. Honestly, just annoying. His playstyle was cool, but god was he ugly to look at. Seth, I'm putting Seth and they need to add him. Probably near the bottom, but I feel like they have to add him back. Especially with the new Bison stage in the little Shadaloo lab from Street Fighter 4 where we could literally see tanks with Seth in it. Multiple tanks with Seth in it. They really have to add Seth back. He's just one of those characters where they established him in 4. He was in 5 as DLC. He's literally in the background of stages. Why would they not add Seth back? Sea Viper, I'll be honest, dude, Sea Viper really should return. We see art of her with Jury in the World Tour, but dude, she would be really sick to have back in the game. That's all I really got to say. El Fuerte, bro, just don't add them. Don't add El Fuerte. He was a silly gag character in 4. Dude, all of his attacks are just foods. This whole character is just running away from you, dude. Is just running back and forth around the stage and then waiting for him to do something. Poison, I also think really should come back. Along with Hugo, I feel like these are just 2 characters that most likely will come back since we keep seeing references to them in Street Fighter 6's World Tour. But I feel like there's no way they don't add Poison back, dude. Like, they have to. Fang, another character, dude, don't even add them. Don't even add them. Who cares, dude? We got Aki. This is like one of the rare instances, in my opinion, where I think the Disciple is much more worthy to be in the game than the original. Fang was such a weird character, dude. Not even weird in like his playstyle, just weird in like his personality, dude. I don't like this character, bro. Just throw his whole concept away. He died, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure you could talk to Fang in the World Tour. So I don't think he's completely dead. They just kind of implied it. I'm pretty sure, yeah, he is in the World Tour you could talk to for Aki's storyline and for Bison's storyline, but just don't add him back. Who cares? Kage. I mean, Kage really is just Evil Ryu. Like, I don't know if I should put him next to Evil Ryu since they're the same. I'll just put him in the give or take because this is literally just Evil Ryu. Colleen, realistically, this is just a give or take character in my opinion. Like, she was good in 5, but it's like, do we really need her? Not really. I'll put her maybe above Birdie. Laura, another give or take character in my opinion. I'll put her behind Birdie. I mean, dude, yes, she was fine. And she was like a cool grappler. We don't really need her back. She had her little 5 minutes of fame as a new character in 5. Kind of like how a lot of 4 characters did, you know, like El Fuerte and Rufus. You can leave Laura out of it. Same goes for Necalli. I'm gonna put Necalli behind Laura, actually. Personally, I really like Necalli. He was one of my top 3 characters I would play in 5, along with the OG Ed. But Necalli is just like, I mean, dude, like, I don't even know what the point of having him in 5 was. He was just a character who just jumped everyone randomly. He was just like, yeah, he awakens every so many years to come back and just wreak hell. We can leave Necalli out of it, honestly. Abigail. Honestly, Abigail, I think he would go above Adon, but I think they really should add Abigail back. And I feel like a lot of the would be cool to have characters are just characters that were in 5. Not necessarily like I think they should be added back because they were there, you know, they got to have their little 5 minutes of fame. But Abigail, like they reference him a lot in the World Tour as well with, you know, his little body shop you can go to. I think it would be cool to have him back, but do I think we really need him? Not really. 11, don't add him, bruh. I hate random select characters like this. I'm gonna put him right here. Actually, here we go then. I'm gonna put him above Fang. Like I was saying, I don't like random select characters. It's like, I think the premise is okay, but it's like, why not just use random select then? Everyone was hyped for 11 because they thought he was gonna be like 12 coming back, but then he was, yeah, just a random select character. Like, we don't need that again. Falk, another give or take character. But she was like Ed's counterpart, kinda like they were siblings or something who both went under like the weird Shadaloo experiment. I don't really care if they add Falk back. We got Ed, I feel like, which is fair. G, literally just like another version of Q, wasn't he? Just played differently, but he was pretty much the same premise of just like this mysterious character. I don't really care if they add him back or not, dude. Same goes for Lucia. Lucia was actually pretty ass, so I'll put her at the bottom. Not in her playstyle, but just who really cares about Lucia? I keep saying that, but it's like, it's true. Minot would be cool to have. I'll put her near the bottom. Minot was a cool character. She was new. She was interesting. She had a lot of tech, which I liked. It'd be cool to see her back, but not as much as some of these other characters. But we're getting near the bottom of this list. Zeku, this is going to be a hot take, but I think please don't add Zeku back. Or honestly, no, I'll put him in give or take. Because I think it would make much more sense for them to add Guy back, since Zeku is just a replacement. But I would be much more happy to see Guy rather than Zeku, to be honest. Akira, same thing applies. Give or take. Random DLC character. Another give or take character. Who really cares? Shin Akuma. I put him next to Violent Ken and give or take, to be honest. Kind of just whereas, like, you know, we already got Akuma. Do we need Shin Akuma? Not really. All these characters from Street Fighter 1, easily don't add them. Joe from New York, no. Mike, who cares? Lee, get out of here. All right, and then let me just go ahead and kind of organize this list a bit more to make it a bit more fitting here. I'm probably going to put Fei Long at the very top. I really like Fei Long. Oro probably above Sea Viper. I think I was tripping when I saw DiCapri. I think I'll put her in would be cool to have. Gen is a bit of a controversial take. I'll maybe put him below Nash, but that's just my personal opinion. I just really like Gen. Nah, we're bumping Alex up to really should return. Guy probably at the top of would be cool to have. I say Dudley, then T-Hawk. Gil, then Urian. DiCapri would be at the bottom of would be cool to have. Under Urian, maybe Mika and Kareen. Then Ibuki. Honestly, I would put Ibuki probably above Mika and Kareen. Abigail goes at the bottom. Hakan goes at the bottom. Honestly, I think Sean is going to end up getting demoted, to give or take. It's a lost cause for my boy Sean, even though I love him. Minot probably below Kareen. Adon probably above Hakan at the bottom. But we're demoting Eagle, Shin Akuma, and Violent Ken, just because there's no point in having them. I see that now. And I think that is my final list here. That actually took me a while. That took me like an hour, bruh. And they're in specific orders. I know putting a lot of them up there, they were completely different than where I ended up putting them at the end. But this is my final list. Have to be added. If you disagree with any of these, honestly, you're just coping. Alex, Fei Long, Cody, Rose, Poison, Oro, Sea Viper, Yun Yang, Nash, and Gen. With maybe the Gen being the only off decision. I think these all should return. I think it would make the game great seeing them back. Guy, Dudley, T-Hawk, Gil, Yuri, Ibuki, Mika, Kareen, Minot, DiCapri, Abigail, Adon, and Hakan would be very nice to see back. All of these characters, and give or take, a lot of them being characters that just appeared in 5, and a lot of Third Strike characters. I feel like with this tier though, seeing them come in would be pretty hype, but you know, it's not like we really need them. Maybe I'm gonna put Hugo and would be cool to have, honestly. Yeah, I feel like that's more fitting. Please don't add a lot of these characters, just they definitely won't see them. but mainly the first 6, or really just the first 5, are just personal opinions, like, and I feel like a lot of people would agree too, these characters don't belong. But yep, that is my final list here for characters I think should and shouldn't come back to Street Fighter 6 in the future. I've been playing a lot of Street Fighter 4 recently just because that's my favorite fighting game, and I thought this list would be really sick to do and maybe be interesting to see what other people's opinions are. Remember, these are just my opinions, so let me know in the comments if you disagree with anything specifically, or if you would put a character higher, or if you think a character near the top should be lower or replaced with another character. I think it would maybe make some fun debates, but as for my personal list, I think these characters should and shouldn't return. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up this tier list video. Let me know if you guys liked it, or if you want to see me do more tier lists like this with other fighting game characters, or even just fighting game franchises if you want me to rank certain games of the franchises, or whatever, let me know. But yeah, Evo's in a couple days. I'm going to be recording when I'm there and be posting the vlogs once I get back around the 22nd. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. But yeah, aside from that, if you liked the video, make sure you leave a like, a sub, a comment, share the video with one of your homies. Follow me in all my socials down in the description. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a couple days, or rather a week, when I get back from Evo and start posting more again, alright? Peace, y'all.